This is like another one. You guys have some stuff you could put in zoos, like just some of the nice nice enclosures you guys built here. It's really cool to see. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this Conservation Week episode featuring Josh's Frogs. We toured the facility, and we're going to present some of the coolest animals and their message in this episode. Let's go.
Great location. Great spot for it.
Yeah, it looks nice.
You can see my house. I have like 4 or 5 all sorts of frogs. All sorts of frogs. Every poster.
It's alright. It's still a really, really nice looking tank. I mean, you've got to expect with how humid these tanks are, you're gonna see sweat on the front, so like that's not to be unexpected. Dart frogs are one of the most beautiful animals in the world, but they have a problem because a lot of people try to export them for gain in the pet trade. Or forest, I should say. This is a really good one.
If you want to see some chunky lads, other side of this room.
Oh, hello boys. Howdy ho there. Josh's Frogs has made a massive contribution to helping these animals by providing captive bred specimens to avoid these animals being poached from the wild. That might be too bright for them. I always try to be careful too, so I don't blind them. Like sometimes it's really hard. That's nice that they're moving too, and like it's picking it up. This is awesome. That's gonna be a good screenshot there too.
Very chunky.
You can submit that for Fanny Frog Friday. Today is Fanny Frog Friday, so at Josh's Frog on our Facebook page, every Friday we have Fanny Frog Friday, and we put pictures of frog butts. Like different frogs every week, it's a different frog butt. So at work, if you ever see a good old frog butt, a good picture, take it and then submit it.
It's mostly the tinctorius that are just really territorial in terms of frogs.
This is a really good shot of this one. This will probably be the thumbnail. One of the scenes I've got from this frog.
Well, hi, I'm Olivia. I'm the assistant curator of dart frogs here at Josh's Frogs. We here at Josh's Frogs only sell captive bred animals. By selling captive bred here in the house, we keep every consumer who wants frogs in their household from pulling those individuals out of the wild. So by producing captive bred, we're preserving the natural environment and just population of frogs in the wild. We also believe in conservation by commercialization. So when we're introducing these awesome animals to people and bringing them into their households, they're going to be more invested in them and want to learn more about their natural habitats, native countries, and just sort of do more research about how to preserve and be more conscious of what we're doing in our lives that could potentially affect just natural environments of the rainforests, the jungles, all of that jazz.
Lorain geckos and
There's
then
a few other things.
oh, the cube beetle, the cave beetle.
These ones are particularly knowledgeable because
Now, electric blues.
the electric blues are heavily sought after. They're critically endangered. As soon as food's introduced, their like shyness goes away, ever so briefly, and they just like go into a feeding frenzy.
And they call these the mini monitors, right? They
Yeah.
kind of have monitor personalities a little bit.
They're not quite as I find monitors hold a grudge a bit longer.
Hello, buddy.
I was telling him about the good tech bulb. Did you notice any difference?
Oh, absolutely.
I see, like they're trying to apply it with frogs. This guy's looking. There might be some mating training going on up here. He's slipping in there though.
It's working. Go ahead. We don't have any good music, but go ahead. Seduce her.
Hi, my name is Giovanni. I'm a reptile keeper here at Josh's Frogs, and welcome to the Exo Terra room. In here we've got many different species of day geckos. We got morning geckos, anoles and keelbellies. Here at Josh's Frogs, we really try to we're trying to change part of the hobby to focus on captive bred animal sourced from captive bred sources, as opposed to traditionally getting them from imports. I guess a good example of that is the species behind me. We have the electric blue day gecko. In the wild, they're critically endangered from the coast of Tanzania. But what we're trying to do here at Josh's is get a larger population going to supply the hobby so that they don't need to be imported from the wild anymore. They are still illegal to import or export, but captive bred ones, perfectly legal, and we're well on our way to supplying the hobby with very sought after species.
One of the most exciting times that I had on the tour was visiting the reptile floor, because this was not finished in 2019, the last time I went on this tour. It was super exciting, and I'm very excited to showcase some of the most exciting and cute animals from that visit. Oh, look at that.
That's the male in front of you. He's much more bold than the female.
Oh, I see the female now.
If you want to get up on this ladder, you can.
I think she thinks that you're going to throw some in on top. What a beautiful lizard.
Yeah, of all the species I work with, these are my favorites just because this pair itself, just because it's well behaved.
He is going to probably... Oh, you're... I don't blame you.
You're a little close there, bud. You're a little close. No. You're pushing your luck. Excuse me, sir.
That's a good shot, too. Did you see it with its eggs?
Cool thing about morning geckos are, not only they have pathogenic, but they also co-habitat with dart frogs pretty well. A lot of people like throwing them in there with their dart frogs. They have the same exact environment. They leave each other alone, and they kind of eat the same kind of food if you give them some play.
And the communal too. Very, very social.
Super nice.
This is Aaron. He's here filming for one of his projects.
Cool. That's awesome.
This is Brandon, Lori. You guys all can all introduce you guys.
Hello, Lori.
If you guys want.
Hi. Yeah, so what I have in my hand here is a Chihuahua gecko. They come from New Caledonia. They are also a New Caledonian species, a lot like crested geckos, gargoyles, Leachianus, and there's many more too. We only have a select few of them, but this one is a mainland, so it's actually one that gets smaller. The Pine Isles get significantly larger. Because, you know, like as a breeder myself, I also have some at home as pets, but I also like to know their genetic history. Because if I ever decide I want to breed, I want to make sure that like I'm not mixing locales that, you know, because if you mix, you know, animals. Yeah, you
Like
can
most
see that's
skinks.
why they're called red eye, because of their little
Yeah.
red ring around their eye.
They really do resemble a little like crocodile. That's really cool.
Yeah, they are very neat. They're Malaysian cat geckos.
I've never seen this before.
They are really cool. They like to curl their little tails up like a little Cinnabon.
Is it nocturnal?
Mm-hmm. They're strictly nocturnal. They also have the ability to retract their claws like a cat, which is really cool.
Yeah, it is.
They're semi-arboreal too, so they do like to climb.
Look how it's looking in its mouth.
Mm-hmm. They have just such a grumpy looking little face. If they ever look you like straight on, they look
They do.
grumpy. And these guys can like make quite a loud sound too if they get startled enough.
And there are tons of different species in the subgenus Odatria.
It's sweet.
Yeah. and they all sort of occupy their own little niches. These guys love to hang out in tree hollows and like dead trees and husks and that kind of stuff. You got some other species that love to climb rock faces and that sort of thing. A lot of monitors are pretty huge on that. But they're all pretty small over there, hence the name for their subgenus being dwarf monitor.
They're not full size now, are they?
No, these are full-grown adults.
Really?
Yep.
I'm really surprised.
What's the breed? Do you guys get eggs out of these guys yet, or are these kind of?
We had gotten eggs out of them last year.
Oh, those eggs are gonna jump.
Unfortunately, that's another quirk with these ones specifically, is they have a very narrow window in which they actually lay eggs. And we're pretty sure that these ones are past their actual breeding age, their like breeding span.
They're so cool.
Yeah, most monitors have an expected lifespan of around 15 to 20 years, but these guys only breed for like 5.
Hey guys, I'm Ian. I care for and breed the tree frogs here at Josh's Frogs, and as a company, our main mission is to provide people interested in keeping animals at home with the best experience. What this means is we are providing them with the healthiest captive bred animals and to equip pet owners with the best supplies and knowledge to properly care for their animals at home. So with me here right now is a giant waxy monkey frog, also scientifically known as the Phylomedusa bicolor. These are one of the largest tree frog species in the world and the largest that I personally work with. These guys are probably my favorite frog. They're just incredibly fascinating with their size and their body movement. In the wild, these guys come from around a vast wide range in South America, from Brazil to Peru to Suriname. They live in the rainforests out there, and as you can see with their size, the tree frogs don't get much bigger than this. This is almost like a bullfrog that has the ability to climb trees and perch, and that's exactly what these things do. As you can see here, they have huge hands, and I know you can't feel this, but they have a very strong grip that allows them to almost permanently stay up in the tree canopies. These guys got their name bicolor because, as you can see here, they're green, but then they have this beautiful yellow pattern on the side of their legs, which gives them 2 colors. Here at Josh's Frogs, we have about 50 captive bred adults, and I am currently working trying to figure out how I can get these guys to breed. When it comes to tree frogs, these are one of the hardest tree frogs to get to be able to breed. They've been bred at twice in captivity in the United States through using greenhouses outside, which produces a better cycle for these frogs to replicate what they're getting in the natural environment. That way we can get some to captively be bred, and that is a huge goal for us, because a lot of these bicolors currently are being exported from their environments, and a lot of them are coming into our country as wild caughts, and that not only is bad because you're taking out of the environment, it also is not too good for the frogs, because that's a really long journey for these frogs. They're not coming here to do that. And here at Josh's Frogs, if I can be able to get these things to breed, my main goal is to be able to provide everyone else in the future with information and better knowledge and research to help other people be able to breed these, so that way hopefully sometime in the future we can depend less on the exports and more on our captive bred frogs that we produce.
I wanted to make sure we spent the most time with Ian because he was our tour guide, and he was so great, allowing us to film and go explore and see whatever animals we truly wanted to show you for this episode. And we couldn't have done it without him. So special shout out to Ian, the tour guide, and all of the awesome projects that he has going at Josh's Frogs, working with various tree frogs. Oh, there's a huge difference. I got a good shot of that. Yeah, just hold him steady still. This is a really good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference. Well guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Conservation through commercialization is saving a lot of frogs and toads from being imported from other countries and around the world. It's important that we focus on, if we're gonna keep pets, we're doing it responsibly and we're doing it to the best of our ability. Special shout out to Josh's Frogs for the tour, giving us the VIP treatment and everything in between. Thank you so much. And guys, keep watching Conservation Week and don't forget to like and subscribe.